Stand in opposition to this bill and to stand up for our most vulnerable children.
I call Mike Sabin.
Speaker, very pleased to stand in support of this particular social security amendment bill. We've heard from the other side, Mr. Speaker, about politicking. If we want to fix welfare, then we should fix the economy. Yet that party, the Labour Party, the Greens, will oppose every move that this government has to grow the economy. Well, I say those members can't continue to run with the foxes and hunt with the hounds. New Zealanders have woken up to that. We also hear about blame, Mr. Speaker, that this bill is about blame. Well, we say on this side of the House that this bill is about overcoming barriers to work and ensuring that people get into work. They also say there's no jobs. Well, I'd challenge any of those members to come up to my electorate and do something else other than have fish and chips at the Monganui fish shop and have a few photos taken and actually talk to local employers. Talk to local employers, Mr. Speaker, and what they will find is that local employers want to employ local people, but those local people would rather not. And that's an unacceptable situation, Mr. Speaker. This is a fundamental change in welfare. We say, Mr. Speaker, if someone can work, they should work, and in simple terms, that means if an individual is on a benefit, it's because they don't have a job. And therefore the focus of welfare should be about getting people into work, not about finding the appropriate benefit category and just leaving them there to sit there and get on with it. Mr. Speaker, this bill brings about three very, very important changes that underpin what this fundamental change in focus is about, and that is the three job benefit types: job seeker, sole parent and supported living. Mr. Speaker, this bill will extend the work focus far wider than it has been to some 150,000 New Zealanders as opposed to the 50,000 currently on the unemployment benefit. Job seekers will have work-ready requirements, Mr. Speaker, and a very good example of that is that those who are being work tested for jobs that require a drug test will have to pass a drug test. And if they don't, there will be sanctions, and if they fail to comply, there's a possibility of benefit cancellation. That's about consequences for actions, and if it's good enough, Mr. Speaker, for New Zealanders out there working in the workforce to be drug-free, then I say it's good enough for those on a benefit who are having their finances supported by the taxpayer to be drug-free as well. That's right. Mr. Speaker, this bill will introduce social obligations, and they are about supporting vulnerable children in real terms. Children over 3 will have to be enrolled in early childhood education where that can be the case. Children 5 and 6 will have to be in school. They will have to have their children enrolled in healthcare, and we will also ensure that their healthcare checks are being done. And for parents who are on a benefit, this is a positive thing. If they comply, it's a win-win. If they don't, Mr. Speaker, then we'll be asking questions as to why not. Mr. Speaker, this is about really addressing vulnerable children rather than thinking that if you provide a lunch and a breakfast that somehow we're acting in the best interests of those children because admonishing their parents of any responsibility. Mr. Speaker, this bill will also go on to ensure that those who are wanted to arrest will have their benefit cut. Of course, the Labour Party and the Greens want to fund those criminals on the run and to maintain their taxpayer-funded evasion of the consequences of their criminal activities. Mr. Speaker, the Greens will oppose this legislation. That's what we've come to expect of them. The Labour Party will oppose this legislation, and that sends a very important message to New Zealanders. And as long as that's the message they send to New Zealanders, then that party will be wearing out the leather on those seats on that side of the House. I fully commend this bill to the House, Mr. Speaker.
Order. Members, this debate is concluded. The question is that the motion be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. Party votes called for. I'll ask the clerk for a party vote.
New Zealand National.
59 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour.
34 votes opposed.
Green Party.
Votes opposed.
New Zealand First.
8 votes in favour.
Māori Party.
2 votes opposed.
Mana.
1 vote opposed.
ACT New Zealand.
1 vote in favour.
United Future.
1 vote in favour.
Any other votes?
Members, the ayes are 69, the noes are 50. The motion is agreed to.
Social Security Benefit Categories and Work Focus Amendment Bill, first reading.
The question is that the Social Security Benefit Categories and Work Focus Amendment Bill be considered by the Social Services Committee. Those of that opinion will say aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. Call on Government Order of the Day number 2.
Student loans